Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber. Today I wanted to build up my card stash, so I've gone to the card maps page, which is a website you can print off different inspirational starting points for how to make your card bases, or the fronts of them anyways. So on this one, it is definitely a Christmas theme to kind of get you in the Christmas spirit, but I'm not going to be making Christmas cards today. I'm going to make a couple of fun cards that I can just have in my stash for like, hi, hello, thank you, happy birthday, kind of whatever. So I have multiple different sizes here. I have just 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper that I've cut in half, hot dog and hamburger style, and then these are 5 by 7. So this was actually 2 pieces of paper to make the card this big. So let's go ahead and start off with these two just like that. And I'm going to go ahead, fold these in half because it's easier for me to work with my stuff. I'm going to do one at a time because I'm afraid I'm gonna get off on my folding from center. It's easier for me to work by seeing where the middle of my card is at and trying to layer it out. So you can see on here, on this particular page here, they've given you 10 different card looks. And I find that really helpful because I have a lot of different looks on one page. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space in my crafty little binder that I'm going to put together. I haven't done it yet because I have scrapbooking layouts that are just like this, that are like layouts for scrapbooks. This is just one that I have for cards. It's the only one that I have, and I haven't had a chance to play around with it. So my intent on this one is to copy the same type of layout they have on here. So right away I'm drawn to something. I want one to go this direction, and so that would be the style over here. And then the other way, that's actually square cards, and I'm not a fan of square cards. Is your traditional card. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my scrap box here, and we're just going to get to work. So right away, I know that I want to have a fairly wide white base around the edge. See on the background here on this one? That's what I'm looking at. So on this one here, it looks like they left their card base the same and then added a decorative paper. So I like to have borders on mine. I just think it makes it look a little bit more dynamic. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think I want something kind of fun, kind of different. Let's go ahead and, oh goodness, there's holiday paper right there. Holiday. Let's see here. What do we have for scraps? I'm kind of liking that, but I don't like the white on the white. I can't really see what's going on there. And we're almost down to the bottom. It looks like I have some sort of, yeah, orangish. Yeah, no, not orange. I'm not feeling the orange today. Okay, I have XOXO. I don't have a whole lot of just plain stuff in here. And this is some of my vintage papers that I've just stuck in here. Okay, maybe this one is big enough. Nope, of course it's not. Alrighty guys, hold on one second. Okay, so all I did was I grabbed my patterned bag here, just because I'm not seeing anything in there that I really want to play around with. And this is kind of the pain in the butt of this. I have to pull stuff out and sort through it like this. But I know that there are lots of different papers in here, and I'm just trying to find something that's big enough for my card. And I like purple, so we'll go with that. And then they'll be different, but kind of the same. And I'm looking for papers that are obviously the right size, but ones that are, like non-directional, like this dinosaur paper has to go a certain way, so I'd have to use that one on one of the cards going a certain way. And I'm just not a big fan of it. You guys saw me use that paper not very long ago. That's really pretty, but it's not big enough. Let's dig here down on the back side. Let's see what I can find. Here's a book, opened book. That's really interesting. And I have just all kinds of paper. Oh, here we go. Perfect. A floral. That's easy. That's really easy. And then I have a whole giant mess of scraps to play around. I mean, I just have stuff that, oh, you probably should throw away, but I just, oh, it's hard. So, yeah, my daughter comes over and she goes through my stuff and she's like, Mom, really? Really? Why are you keeping this? Yeah, so she throws it away for me. It saves me a little bit of heartache there. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to try to line it up best I can here, and I'm just going to trim off some of this bottom because I want to keep these really pretty watercolored floral images here. So this is, I'm going to go 3.75 on this one. Sorry, that was a really loud clap down, wasn't it? Okay, so see how we have that really nice white border? Love it. It's turning out pretty already. I love this paper. And that's the last of it. So on this one, I'm going to do the same thing, 3.75, just so that they are the same size. And then since I did 3.75, I know the other way I want it to go is 5. And the reason why I know that is because my card is 5.5 and it's half an inch smaller. And so the other way is 4.25. So 3.75, it has just a perfect amount of border. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. See? Just like that. All right. Now, let's grab some glue here, and I'm just going to go around the edge. Usually I would be using my ATG gun, but it's upstairs because I was trying to work on a project and I'm just having a hard time getting motivated to finish the project. It's just, I just need to finish it. I just need to get it out of my to-do list and check it off the list. I just need to finish it. And so I can go on to other projects that I have that I want to do. Sometimes that happens. We start a project and then we get unmotivated or uninspired to finish it. And that's where I'm at with it. I feel like I'm almost probably like 70% done with it. So just need to knock it out the rest of the way. I'm like almost done. Anyways, let's go ahead and glue these down. And then we're going to add another element on top of this. Those cards in that card page were pretty well decorated up and dimensional, but I'm breaking it down into the layers so you can see it the way that I see it when I look at the card suggestion map is what I call it. So I'm just going to get that kind of lined out right there. So there we go. And this one could go either way. It does have really pretty florals going that way, and this one too. So that's why I chose those two papers, because I don't know which way I want either one to go yet. Okay, so on this one they have that around the border edge, so technically we have this done, and then they just have 3 strips in the middle. I don't really care for that card style itself. I'm more drawn to this one up here, but mine has a border on it, so that's not an issue. I'm just going to go ahead and pick some ribbon out of my stash. I'm not going to do the binding little twine thing on there, but I do want the ribbon stripe in the background. I think that'll be a beautiful little element. So my ribbon is stuck on the floor behind me. There we go. I'm going to pull in, I think we'll do maybe some really neutral, lacy kind of bit. I have some really nice white. I find white's kind of hard for me to use. I don't know why. Because I want it flat. I do have some really pretty, thicker elements. You could do yellow, but here's some iridescent. Ooh, let's use that. I really like that. I only have a little bit of it, so that'll look really pretty. So I think we'll do iridescent and then we'll use that cream. So what I'm going to do is grab this again. And you can see it's not quite in the center. It's a little bit below the center. And she has 2 different, or whoever designed this has 2 different paper elements. And that's okay. I don't have to have 2 different elements on here to make it look the way that I want to. I can just simply break this up just like that and add my sentiment in the middle of that. But I don't know if I like that. Maybe I do like that. Yeah, that one doesn't stand out enough. Maybe, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Fabri-Tac so that it will hold it down. And I'm going to put it towards the bottom, but it could also be to the edge. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge of the card here instead of just on that purple paper. For one reason, it'll be easier to cut off. For the other reason, it'll use more of my ribbon. See, multiple uses here. And I'm just going to line that up and stick it down there. Just enough that it will hang off and be able to cut. Nice and easy. So there we go. And on this one, I kind of think we should have it on more towards the edge. Maybe we should do both sides. Let's do the top and the bottom on this one. Because I can still go this way if I want. Let's go ahead and do that. And this one I'm going to do just on the floral paper. I'm not going to go off to that white space. Okay, I'm going to do the one, I almost got carried away. So I'm going to do one going in and the other one will go down. If that makes any sense at all. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to cut this one off. And you can totally use these page maps as inspiration, as starting point. You could follow it identical if you wanted to. It's just whatever you feel like doing in your crafty little zone. Because sometimes I'll try to follow it exactly and then I get frustrated. Like, oh gosh, I don't have a circle or an oval or, a cute little penguin like they do. So then I get a little, uninspired or, bummed out that I don't have the same sort of supplies. So I just like making it my own and just using that as a starting point. And I like to have cards in my stash. I like to send them out for Happy Mail, for, you know, my family's birthdays, or I'm thinking of you, write a nice little letter in there to my aunt or my mom. I used to send them to my grandma. She was in the nursing home. She passed away a couple years back, and my mom would say that when she got a card from me, it would just make her smile. Yeah, so those kinds of things are always fun little memories to have. So there we go. We're getting a nice little base here. I have 3 layers already, and so I'm looking at this one still. They had that there. Their sentiment is going across the kind of the side, off to the side, and I'm more of like a center person. I like things in the middle. I don't know what I'm going to use just yet, so I'm going to pull in some stuff from my stash over here. I think I want to use maybe a banner on this one, and this one I'm going to let that paper just breathe. So let's see what kind of papers I have here that I could use for a nice little banner. Let's see here. I'm thinking something kind of more plain, not too busy. We could go with that. These are the leftover scraps from my journal cover, guys. See? Yeah. I could go with some blue florals. Yeah, not liking that. Not liking that at all. I really like the blue, but I feel like that's just too much. Ooh, how about this? Well, let's do this metallic cream color. I think this will be really pretty. So I'm going to grab my trimmer because I can't cut straight. And I'm going to make a really pretty little banner. And if I like it enough, I'll do it on the other side. So now, I don't know why I did that. I could have just come over here and done it this way. I don't want it too fat, but I don't want it too skinny. So, you know, yeah, you guys know. I should know by now. I don't like to measure unless I have to. Now I know. Now I have to decide which way I want this card to go, so that way I know how long to cut my banner. So I'm kind of thinking this direction. I think this will be really pretty. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. So let's go with 4 1/4 inch long. It'll give us a nice little banner section. And I think I'm going to hang it. Yeah, I'm going to hang it over top of that ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to cut in the middle. I'm going to go up maybe like 1/2 inch. Middle-ish, and then I go over to the edge, the corner of the paper, and I'm going to cut right up to that center line where I just made that first cut. I'm going to do it again on this side. I do have a banner punch board, but it's more of a hassle to pull that out off my shelf, which is actually just right behind me. My scissors got stuck. Because it wants you to like line out your paper, and I don't like to line out my paper and cut it a certain size to put it in there and make it fit and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. I'm not interested in all the fussiness of things sometimes. You know, you just want to get in the zone and just craft. You don't want to mess around with stuff. So I'm not going to glue that down just yet. I want to look at it first. Let's see here. This one has 2 ribbons, so I don't think like I want a banner on that one. So let's pull in. I have a little bits of stings here in my stash. Like this has a nice big tag on it, but it's too big for that project. This one says Happy Memories, and that's kind of cute. I'm not a fan of it. Always there. Let's see here. I'm not necessarily looking for something that has a sentiment on it. I'm just looking through my little stash. That one says Thankful, and it's way too big. So let's go ahead and see here. I have Friends. I have Original. It's actually an ATC card. I have my shaker thingies. I have Princess. Yeah, nothing in there that I'm liking. Let's go to this one. Oh, right away I see an envelope. I see the word Super. Best Buds. That's for my little guys. My Blessings. This one says Lovely. This one says Happy. So see, there's just a lot of little elements in here that you could jazz up and use however you want to. This one does say Love. That's kind of interesting. I don't like the green. I mean, yeah, I don't like the green. Not a fan of the green. We're not going to use that. Let me pull in something else from my stash, guys. Hold on one second. Okay, so I just went ahead and grabbed my little stickers over here from the Dollar Tree that I've had in my stash forever, and I always hate to use them. I'm going to use them today. I think they'll add a nice vibrant touch to this, and it'll give me a unique look on my card. So I'm pulling that down just so it's not quite in the center. I don't like things completely in the center. I feel like it looks a little bit better if it's off-centered. And then I'm just going to come over here and pick one. Of course, I'm really drawn to the butterfly. And I think that these colors work really well together. I feel like the bird is a little bit bold. That's a little bit dark. And I don't think I want to write on the lines. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to put it right here. That way I still have enough room over here to write my little sentiment. So I can write thank you, happy birthday, that kind of thing, whatever I want. So now I have a nice little cluster base going on. So obviously this card is going to sit this way when you look at it. So let's make this one and go vertical. And so I don't want to add the same sort of sticker in the center of that one. I really liked this one that said thankful, and I'm hoping it'll fit on there. So let's just find out. Let's just see. This is how I test stuff. Yes, it will. It'll fit on there just wonderful. Now, these stickers are quite old, but it wants to peel away from the backing. There we go. Look at that. Nice, simple. Perfect. I like that. There. Now we have 2 gorgeous cards in our stash that we can use up. So when I go to actually use these, what I will do is on the inside of here, I will add another paper cut down to size so that it makes this a lot sturdier. And I also have a nice white decorative edge just to carry that through the card. And then I will write on top of it. So that, guys, is my quick little project for the day. I hope you have fun and get excited for building up your card stash as well. We'll talk to y'all really soon. Bye, everyone.